Welcome to the Lion's Den Podcast Network, powered by Stark Roofing. With over 45 years of experience in the roofing and exteriors industry, Stark Roofing is a local, family-owned and operated company that provides excellent customer service and workmanship. Let's Start Roofing. Bring your home back to life. You can give them a call at 636-671-0045 and tell them Spanky sent you. Stark Roofing, proud title sponsor of the Lion's Den Podcast Network and this amazing podcast presentation.
Welcome to the Back to the Past podcast on the Lion's Den Podcast Network. We invite you to support the sponsors that you will hear throughout this episode as they support us to help make these shows possible. With that said, we hope that you enjoy this episode of the Back to the Past podcast and hope that you subscribe, follow us on the socials, and take a moment to spread the word about the show on your social networks.
When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
Hey listeners, welcome back to the Back to the Past podcast. This is Kevin, and I am joined by
Justin
and
Brad.
And I would first like to thank Stark Roofing and M&J Creations for being the title and studio sponsors of this program, as well as Mike Jones of the Lion's Den Podcast Network for giving us the opportunity to return and put out these new episodes. Speaking of episodes, it has been a long time. We've been in the past for a long, long time if you look at the recording dates between the last release, which was Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and this movie, a Goofy movie.
Yeah, what has it been, like 4 years?
3.5?
Something like that?
Yeah.
A lot has happened.
A lot has happened. Jobs, life, craziness.
Everything in between.
And everything in between, that is for sure. But one other thing that we brought back with us is that we now have merchandise. We have t-shirts, thanks to M&J Creations. And I know you got one. Mm-hmm. I've got 2 colors. There's 3 different colors in total. Black, gray, white. There will be a link in the show notes if you would like to help support the show and support the Lion's Den Podcast Network. There's a whole bunch of stuff there. So if you're listening to us on the Lion's Den Podcast Network, you know about all the other shows, but now you also know for sure about this show. And hopefully you're going to enjoy this show. And if you're a returning listener from our main podcast feed, it's good to be back.
Indeed.
Yes, indeed. So we would love for you to send us your feedback via email to contact@backtothepastpod.com. And, of course, follow us on the socials like Instagram and Blue Sky. And, heck, even since we last recorded, Twitter is not Twitter. It's X.
Oh, we still call it Twitter.
Yeah, it will always be Twitter to us. And, of course, Facebook page, Facebook group. Join us. Have fun. We don't post a whole lot, unfortunately, but we're looking for engagement. I think maybe we will actually start posting a few more things there. We'll see. We're taking things slowly as we come back from everything.
From the dead.
Yes. So, of course, subscribe and share as we try to rebuild this little podcast moving forward. So I know we wanted to do Goofy Movie because this is the 30th anniversary of this film.
It's hard to believe it's been that long already.
Yeah, I mean, obviously for you, it is one of your favorite films of all time.
Yeah, I have quite a few memories tied to this one.
Quite fond of it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And getting a chance to go back and watch for myself, because honestly, I'd never seen it. Never seen it until just recently, within the last couple months. Most recently, just the other day. In preparation for this because, well, it was released in 95. I'm 1 year out of high school, so
you're not the target
I'm
audience.
not the target audience for this movie back then when the movie originally came out. Now, of course, looking back, having kids and having grandkids, it's like, yeah, I can definitely see that perspective from both growing up as Max in a way and now looking at it from Goofy's perspective.
Well, and it's funny. I mean, I don't have kids, but rewatching.
You have a godchild.
You also don't have human kids.
Yes.
Yeah, but
You do have a 14-year-old.
Right.
of the furry type, and we're not talking Ewoks. But no, yeah, it's just like it's interesting how your perspective changes. You know, you get into your 30s or whatever, and it's like all of a sudden you're older than the people you're talking to when you're trying to buy a car. Or you're at a theme park and the people operating the rides are now younger than you are. And you're
Or like half your age. If
am
not,
I going to get back alive?
yeah. It does make you wonder, are people calling you sir? I'm still not used to that.
No.
But yeah, perspectives have changed quite a bit since I first saw this.
Oh, yeah. So the tagline for Goofy Movie, it's hard to be cool when your dad is goofy. I can see that.
That's a good tagline.
That's a great tagline for this film. It's about as good as you can get it. 1 hour and 18 minutes.
Short run time.
Extremely short.
And I'm pretty sure about 9 of that's credits.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That probably checks out.
He's watching it on Disney Plus. There was still more time to go, and I'm like, well, the movie's over, and the credits are still rolling. So, yeah. Opened on April the 7th of 1995, and not where you would expect it to, because the director Kevin Lima wanted it to open, you know, obviously near Disneyland, near Hollywood, at the Grauman Chinese Theater, I believe.
Where most movies premiere.
Yeah.
Yep.
But no, as we'll get into this, it was not a priority for Disney, so they pushed it down to a theater in Orlando.
Honestly, that really doesn't surprise me much.
No.
Yeah, it's we sort of talked about it before the show. Like there's a few decisions that were made that could have completely ended this movie, but then there were also some things that, you know, decisions made that made it to where this movie was more accessible than most of the Disney movies you would go see.
Right.
So, really interesting how a lot of this panned out.
Mm-hmm. So it made $6.1 million that opening weekend, which was second place to, I believe, Bad Boys 1, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it finished just above. I can't remember what came out or what finished third, but I was kind of surprised that it beat the third place film.
Yeah, it was one that it sounded like something we would talk about.
Yeah, definitely did seem that way. Had an estimated $18 to $25 million budget, depending on who you ask, and I give that wide range because IMDb gives $18 million. But yet, if you listen to one of the people that actually handled the budget on the film, he's like, "Nah, I didn't go back and check my receipts. It's closer to 25." And you know, you hear that interview on the wonderful documentary that's on Disney Plus right now called "Not a Goof."
Which, ironically, is longer than the movie.
Right. Longer than the movie. One of the main people associated with it is the nephew of the director, Kevin Lima. So I think that was kind of good as well, to have that personal connection, which obviously helps get the documentary made. When you know the director, yeah, it happens.
It's a nice little thing to have in your pocket.
Mm-hmm. Score-wise, but first, it made approximately $37 million worldwide. So not bad. I mean, overall, even if it was $25 million budget, you still made a $12 million profit.
At least they weren't in the hole.
Right. Which, by all accounts, it seems like that's what Disney was expecting it to be, a total
wash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although if you factor in marketing,
Right.
they might have broken even, they might have lost.
That's
and
true.
I wonder if why that's the comment that's made is like, oh, it's 18. And he's like, no, it's closer to 25 because of marketing or because of those other things. Hard to say.
Usually marketing is about 50% of your budget added on top of your budget.
Right.
And they rarely include that because they don't want to...
Yeah, like super inflated or something.
Yeah. Which is, I love how you said depends on who you ask.
Right. Because it's true.
Because I know some people like to inflate their budgets because it's like, oh, it makes it seem like I handled a bigger project than I did.
Right.
And then other people are like, no.
Don't let the boss see this one.
Don't, yeah.
My monthly report's going to be crazy.
Critics weren't really as kind to this, especially on Metacritic, where it gave it a 53 critic and 8.1 user score. Critics on Rotten Tomato gave it a 74% and a 71% audience score, which I kind of expected with seeing the passion and the love for this film. I kind of expected the audience score to be a little higher on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, this is a classic case of the critics saw it, they have this expectation of a Disney movie. Either they didn't get it, didn't like it, whatever the case, right? But because the audience grew up with it and they watched it at these specific, pivotal times in their life that they really connected with it, I feel that that's the reason it's got such a high score.
It's also a classic case of it becoming super popular on home video.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Theater, yeah, but home video.
Yeah, home video for Disney movies at this time was unreal.
I mean, it was kind of unmatched. There were these giant release dates for things like Lion King and otherwise. And, of course, you get it in the big white puffy case that everybody fondly talks about.
Mm-hmm.
They're not so white anymore. They're usually like a nicotine color now if you get through them.
when you find them at your local thrift store or yard sale.
They're a little on the gross side, but at the time they were really cool as a kid.
Yeah. I mean, enough so that I believe McDonald's had Happy Meal toys for...
Yeah, didn't the toy come in like a little, almost like a
case,
replica case or something?
A little miniature.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it did. So get into the cast and crew. So Goofy is voiced by Bill Farmer, who has been the voice of Goofy since 1987 and still is today.
That's longer than I've been alive.
Yeah, so and getting to watch all this stuff about the film and seeing him talk about it, even in his normal voice, that's Goofy. You can tell it doesn't take much for him to just tweak what he's doing to turn right into Goofy. Mm-hmm. Max is played by Jason Marsden, who is Thackeray Binks, the cat, in Hocus Pocus. He was on TV show Step by Step. And you may or may not know him in 230 other credits. He's apparently done a lot.
Yeah, I mean, one of the most recent ones, as we record, is from the re-release of Oblivion for Elder Scrolls. And I don't know if it was something he re-recorded or back when they actually recorded them the first time.
Right.
But, yeah, very familiar with him between Hocus Pocus and this movie. And he's not, in case you're already looking this up, he is not related to James Marsden.
But they're friends.
They're friends. So that's fun.
And their wives are friends.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, the wives were friends first.
First, yeah.
Go figure.
Yeah. And Jason is very short.
Yeah.
He's a short fella. I'll say that.
I'm not sure how short, actually, without looking it up right now, but like 5'3", 5'6".
Yeah.
He's pretty short.
Yeah.
Especially when standing next to Bill Farmer. I mean, I guess it's fitting.
It makes sense. Compare Max to Goofy and you throw Jason with Bill. It's very similar there. You have Pete is played by Jim Cummings, who has over 600 voice credits and who's voiced Pete for about as long as I can think.
My God, that guy's...
He's done it all.
Yeah. It's
People say Frank Welker's done it all, but Jim Cummings is pretty close.
Yeah, he has done a lot.
Yeah, in fact, just a real quick aside, I'm pretty sure Jim Cummings is the one where they're doing, in The Lion King, they're doing that Scar's like voice, right, for the singing part.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a point in the song where it switches, I think, to Jim Cummings singing the rest of it to try to make up for this other guy that is out sick with the flu or something. They're like, we have to get this recording in. He's like, I'll do it.
No? Well, there you go.
Pretty sure I got my facts right there. Feel free to let me know otherwise.
Yeah, feel free to correct us. And then you got PJ, Pete Jr., I guess you would say. You've got that played by Rob Paulson, who's best known from Pinky and the Brain, Yakko Warner from Animaniacs, Raphael in the original cartoon TMNT.
When he talks, it's the same thing.
Yes.
It's not a stretch to know who he plays.
Yes.
He's a very unique voice.
And he's a fun follow on social media, too. He's very active. Yeah, very active. Principal Mazur, I believe I'm pronouncing that right. It's played by Wallace Shawn, not to be confused with Sean Wallace. You always want to say, because the kind of whole last name first name. Who's best known from Princess Bride as Vizzini and Rex in Toy Story. He's another guy. You hear his voice in something, you know instantly who that is.
Yeah, that'd be the one I'd know him from, is Rex from Toy Story.
Yes.
I haven't seen Princess Bride in a while.
Yeah.
Might have to revisit.
Inconceivable.
Yeah, it's a great film. Bobby Zimmerowski. Perfect last name for this character.
Yeah, which is uncredited.
Yes. Per request. By Pauly Shore.
And I get why he requested it.
Yeah. I mean, I think all the attention would have just been there because he was really hot at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and he saw what happened with on Aladdin.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's...
With Robin Williams as the genie. And
they made such a big deal over it that he was afraid that they were going to overshadow the movie and everyone else with just his small little role.
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
Yeah,
but I tell you, that's another one. You hear his voice.
Oh, yeah. It's
immediately.
Like, why does that sound like... Oh, because it is.
Guy who made his entire 90s career on the same character.
Yeah. Smokage.
And I love every single one of them.
Yeah. Leaning Tower of Cheese.
I also read that he improvised pretty much all of his lines.
Which makes sense.
Which is making it...
Which fits.
Principal Mesa.
Yeah. The only thing he left out was a buddy.
Yes.
He didn't throw out one of those. Then you've got Roxanne, played by Kelly Martin, who I best known as Rebecca Thatcher in the, I guess you would call it a drama, Life Goes On.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I remember watching that when I was a kid. That was my mom's favorite show.
Always had a crush on her.
Oh, for sure.
Still do. But.
For sure.
I mean, in a way, I did too, just through the cartoon.
Right. Which I will say, they did make Roxanne. She's a cute little animated dog. I can see why Max has the hots for her.
Right. Yeah.
Then you've got Stacy, played by Jenna Von Oy, who played Six in Blossom, and has done a lot of other stuff. Both her and Kelly Martin have done a lot. So it's not like they're just bringing in these no-name people. These were people that were actually somewhat big at the time that all this was going on. Bigfoot.
Then the man.
Yes. Frank Welker.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Most well known as Megatron from the Transformers, I would presume. But then it's still odd to believe that that's Fred from Scooby-Doo.
I don't think I realized. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's been doing it since like the late 60s, 70s.
And it makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say a lot of his sounds, because he gets a lot of work in making sounds for like animals and creatures, and they all do kind of sound the same, so you know it's him right away.
Yeah,
but man,
they're good.
What a great job to if you were just doing a bunch of sound effects. What a great job!
You walk into, you just roll in and like, I'm just gonna growl for like 20 minutes, and I'm done.
Yeah, and then we have Tevin Campbell as Powerline.
This probably is the least known of everyone on this cast, and I think that was just because he was kind of handpicked, like, hey, I think I have the perfect person for this number and to sing for Powerline.
Right. He was kind of working with Prince, or he was already associated with Prince, hence why I think they recorded all those lines or the songs at Paisley Park, where Prince did all his stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think they even had some of his, like, backup singers.
Yes, yeah, it was a dynamic, just overall production that they were able to do with that. And I mean, watching the Not a Goof documentary, apparently Tevin was just nailing everything.
They said it maybe took him 2 takes to do the entire song.
Right.
So, I mean,
I'm
still waiting for the full album, I'm just saying.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you got Stand Out, you got Eye to Eye. Yeah.
That's kind of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the main 2 songs,
But I mean, they're still awesome today.
Yeah, I mean, they're really enjoyable little songs for what it is.
The kids would call them bangers.
Bangers. I mean,
still slaps.
Still slaps, man.
Hit.
So you gotta love the way that the movie opens. Max he's Goofy's son. So he's unfortunately kind of viewed as the little nerdy guy, and he wants to change that. So this opens, which you almost instantly realize this is going to be more of a musical than kind of an animated comedy kind of film. I mean, it's musical number after musical number after musical number. Just boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, especially when you have such a short runtime.
Yes.
Trying to fit all those in. And it sounds like they also cut some of them from the original, so that's fascinating.
But some of my favorite memorable scenes would be the On the Open Road song driving scene. That's just great.
And the lead up to that, right? So they're trying to break the dead silence, so they throw the radio on, and Max wants, rock and guitar because it's the mid-90s.
Right, and he's a teenager.
Yeah, he's a teenager, and then, Goofy's just trying to, like, share his music that he grew up with,
right.
And it's just such a clash to where they break the radio.
Right.
So then Goofy's like, oh, I'm hearing all these sounds, I'm going to make a song out of it.
Right.
And there you go.
Then you see
musical stuff.
Then you see the billboard as they're getting kind of on the on-ramp to get on the main interstate and on the open road, and like you said, you hear all the sounds, the little pans on the thing, and
the puff of the exhaust.
Yep.
The keys jingling.
Yeah, it was and the Max. I mean, I totally feel Max though, because at that age, you didn't want to do a road trip with your parents.
Well, especially since he wasn't given any heads up.
Right,
he's just coming home and we're going on a trip.
Right, he's on cloud 9. He finally gets the date with Roxanne.
And then it gets all ripped away.
Yep.
Immediately.
Just boom.
Although I will say, I actually did have that experience with my own dad on a road trip, where, I mean, bonus, I had a roommate with me also, but we were like, oh, we have all these CDs, let's listen to all this stuff, and we're going to have this great time driving. We're going to find stuff even you, Dad, we're going to like, and we're driving along, and from California to Missouri, it's not a short trip.
No.
We get, I don't know, into Arizona maybe from California. And my dad says it was wonderful. Can we just listen to nothing for a while? Oh, that's a buzzkill. Yeah, he just liked to drive in silence. That was... that's even worse than having something I don't want to listen to, because at least that would have been something to listen to.
Right, then the thoughts start creeping in.
Yeah, yeah.
Road noise, wind noise.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Boy, that wind has a nice beat to it.
Oh, gosh. But with that driving scene, I just thought the most odd aspect of it is they pass the hearse, and then there's a corpse that pops out of it. I'm like, that's very odd to have in an animated kids film. Like,
it is. However, you think back few decades before, and there's Tom and Jerry running around swinging axes at each other and
Yeah,
trying to kill each other.
No, I definitely know. I mean, it's not Looney Tunes.
But those weren't Disney.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, this is Disney. They go from
Now this is 90s Disney.
right. Talking about with the country girls wanting to go. This is the way to Nashville or whatever, and then the trucker
is not the same as it was. It is
no,
it's so much worse.
And some of the other things that I noticed in there, and it's very early in the film, is that Max has a Mickey Mouse phone. Like, that's kind of a nice little touch.
There's a few hidden Mickeys here and there.
Yeah.
Not only hidden Mickey, but because the director, namescapes my...
Kevin Lima.
Yep. So he worked on The Little Mermaid. And he did a lot of the little fish characters during the Under the Sea area, because he was an animator first.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was interesting throughout the movie where there is a mermaid, either like not mentioned but in the background, is absolutely Ariel, and you cannot convince me otherwise, because it's got red hair.
Right. Yeah.
What other mermaid do you know in that cartoon realm that has red hair?
None.
Yeah. So that being said, I thought that was kind of a neat nod. Learning, not only did he do some scenes in Little Mermaid, which was again part of that renaissance of Disney kind of starting to take off again, but just sort of seeing it throughout the movie is kind of cool.
Yeah. Bobby really likes spray cheese. That's kind of like his thing.
I think that's part of the reason I even picked up a can in the first place.
Yeah, makes sense.
I was a fan when I was a kid.
Yeah, I mean, I'd still be a fan today if I'd ever think to grab some when I'm at the store.
Oh, I know better.
That and a sleeve of Ritz crackers.
Yeah, right?
We'll just watch. Leave me
I
alone.
could find other things to put it on.
Yeah.
Or, just do like Bobby. Right in the mouth.
Yeah. Yeah. A couple of the other scenes that really stood out to me was the Bigfoot scene, obviously, because it's really funny. They finally get a chance to fish, and Goofy's talking about the perfect cast and all this different movements and stuff that he's got to do in order to do the perfect cast, which his dad taught him and his granddad had taught him, and et cetera, et cetera. So he's trying to pass it on down.
Which is foreshadowing,
It is.
oddly enough.
Yeah. Gonna come in handy, right, Max?
A few times.
Yeah.
A few times.
And then the Hi Dad soup scene. Like, that was really good, where they kind of start coming to a little Max's...
Would you say they start to see eye to eye?
Ooh. Wow. Nice touch. I like that. But one of the exchanges that stood out to me the most was when Max and Goofy are on top of the car, floating down the river before the waterfall, and they're kind of going back and forth. That Max is like, I've got my own life now. And Goofy just simply says, very disappointed, I know, I only wanted to be part of it. I get that. That's a very hard-hitting line and moment exchange from a father and a son, when you're, you know the child is growing up. You know the child has their own life. That's just how things go.
Well, and again, a change of perspective, right? Like, I absolutely see Max's point of view, because I lived through those years. Those are the years you don't want anything to do with your parents.
Yep.
And that's fine. It's normal. But then coming out the other side, because I don't have kids, I look at it more of an appreciation for what my dad put up with, and kind of the bond that we share, even though we're not close in the way you might think. We do enjoy each other's company quite a bit now, because, well, we don't live together, I guess.
Yeah. And you have some similar interests.
Yeah. But, I mean, there's so many different ones, too. But, yeah, there's some more similar now than there used to be.
Yeah. So, Brad, what are some of the things that really stand out? to you from this movie? As this is like your thing.
Stand out.
Yeah, I like that.
So, number one, I mean, even though there's only 2 songs, the Eye to Eye and Stand Out.
Right. Powerline songs.
There's 2 Powerline songs that they play in the movie. There are others, of course, but those are the standout ones. I'm going to keep beating that dead horse. But I'm still, again, I'm waiting for the full album. Come on, Powerline. It's been 30 years.
Right. Come on, do it. Make it happen.
I almost thought about getting that new vinyl that they released for the 30th, but not for 2 songs.
One of us.
I couldn't,
One of us.
couldn't pull the trigger.
Oh, give it time.
I know, right?
Oh, yeah.
I've done worse for less.
But I also think, and again, because I grew up at that perfect age to see this movie, I feel this is a really good coming of age story, right? He's 14. He really has no experience of the world, but he sort of sets in motion some things that he's going to have to answer to for consequences later. And I think it's nice how that kind of wraps up, where at the beginning he wants nothing to do with his dad, but then towards the end they're kind of buddies. You know, he understands he did some things wrong and he wants to try to fix them now. So I view it as kind of a coming of age story, in the way that you might view something like Spirited Away as sort of a coming of age. Maybe not as traditional, right, as some of the coming of age stories, but I like to think so. Another thing that stuck out to me, again, when they're in the wilderness, they're going to go camping. He's setting up the tent. This huge RV comes rolling through.
Yes.
I mean, it's massive.
Yeah, I've got questions on this.
I'm sure many of us do if we think a little too hard about the film. But as a kid, that is the way to go camping. Like, that is the coolest machine to bring into the nature, to grab nature by the horn, so to speak. But then, being older, I'm like, isn't the point to, like, get away from all that? Like, kind of do it like what Max and Goof are doing? I don't know. I mean,
that's the idea, whatever you're doing.
Right.
Something like that.
Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting the way those perspectives change when you watch a movie when you were 10 versus watching a movie when you're, close to 40.
Yes.
So, yeah, as a kid, I thought that was the coolest RV, and I always thought, oh, man, I'd love to have an RV like that.
Just wonder how Pete can afford that. I mean, is he the manager of the photo department in the department store that him and Goofy apparently work at?
Even in the 90s.
Because that is one hell of an RV. It's got a bowling alley. It's got almost everything you can imagine.
Entertainment center, back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Entertainment center with like all the different stereo pieces and screens and stuff. And
it's got saws to chop down trees so it can fit out there better.
Right, yeah, they kick out the sides so it's got plenty of space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the most over-top, like, cartoonish thing, but it's also, like, really awesome as a kid.
Right.
But again, I go back to, as a kid, it's really awesome. But now that I'm older, it's like, do you really need all that? Aren't you trying to get away from all the stuff you see every day?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it shows the difference between the parenting styles between Pete and Goofy.
Exactly.
Goofy wants to make it memorable for the child by doing things the way that he had did it, share his memories with his son. And then Pete's just like, oh, Goof, come on.
Pete just wants comfortable for him.
Right.
He doesn't really...
Under your thumb, Goof.
Right.
Under your thumb.
What else do I have here? Mermaid references. Oh, so if you had the VHS in the 90s, there is a music video that comes on before the movie. It's very strange. It's very much of the 90s. It's called Parachute Express, Dr. Looney's Remedy. Look that up on YouTube.
Sounds like a late 60s psychedelic album.
Yeah. And then come back and if you've, had it before, do you remember it? if you haven't, what the hell did you just watch?
Right. Yeah, I think you were playing it before we started recording. I was like,
Yes, and that last thought was my thought. What the hell am I watching?
But, having little sisters, I could never skip that. So we'd always have to watch that and then watch the movie.
right. I mean, it's just how it goes when you got little sisters and you're all trying to watch the same movie together.
And hey, got to pad that runtime.
Yeah, that's true too. You got to make sure the people are getting their money for the tape,
Yep.
the value. So Justin,
We'll just get it out of the way. The whole mascot thing,
not a fan, huh?
not a fan, not, God, that...
Do you think you would react in the same way that Max would have?
Well, probably worse. Probably worse.
Don't touch me.
I mean...
You jerk.
And didn't Kevin Lima voice Lester?
We might have.
Because I know he did a couple of voices out there, but
Who's your favorite possum?
oh god, I'm having flashbacks of the pigs. There's a whole story to that. We'll go into that another time. But yeah, I don't like mascots. The fact that they go to a place with the mascots.
You like mascots about as much as I like spiders.
Probably,
Yeah.
yeah, that's about on par. Yeah,
Yeah, Lester's Possum Park is an interesting scene.
yeah, very hokey, down home, small,
Very
cheap.
small side of the road kind of thing that's been around for a long time.
It reminds you of like Gatorland, but with possums. But then you go in and watch the show that is very reminiscent of the old Country Bear Jamboree that used to be at World. They've since updated it. But yeah, it's a thing.
I mean, the scene opens with Goof and Max pulling in, and obviously Max has no desire to be there.
I'll be here when you get back.
Yeah, Max sees this mom dragging this little girl in, kicking and screaming.
Yeah.
But yet, during the main music segment of this, when all the little animatronic possums are doing their thing, the little girl's really happy, it seemed like.
Oh, okay.
And I did like how the voice of, I guess it would be like the guy that's running this is Pat Buttram, who is a very well-known country western actor, very noticeable voice, was one of the cowboys in Back to the Future 3.
Mm.
Yeah, in fact, I believe it was one of his final roles. Was this. Yeah, the little animatronic possums are bouncing up and down with their little mechanical instruments, and they're falling apart and
Sparking and...
yeah. Then he hits something and it continues, and Goofy's just going crazy. He's just clapping and singing right along, and everybody but Matt.
The things that you would do to embarrass your kid because they're like, I don't want to be here, so you go overboard.
Yes. Yeah.
Which kind of plays into the whole time I was rewatching this. I was getting National Lampoon's Vacation vibes,
Yes.
where it's the father insisting the family go visit all of these ridiculous small things. Like I even think in here they visited some with a yarn.
Yeah, world's largest ball of yarn or something.
Which is exactly like something that Clark Griswold would want to go to.
Well, Goofy sure enjoyed it when he's seen it.
Yeah. And then trying to reconnect with the family and have this experience and go on this one thing and then kind of get obsessed with it. And then, of course, nothing goes right.
Yeah.
Because, they're goofballs.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah.
But the whole time I'm like, oh, this is like an animated vacation movie.
Yeah, it wanted to definitely make a road trip movie.
Well, I would almost call it like a mixture of National Lampoon's Vacation meets John Hughes.
Yeah.
But animated.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what Kevin Lima was going for.
And fitting.
Yeah.
And could we also mentioned my favorite line of the movie whenever Roxanne's dad comes to the door.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Big husky fella.
think I've had a few girlfriends who had a dad like that.
I think most of us have had at least one
Kinda
girlfriend
scary.
or interest who had
Yeah.
a father who was kind of
Scary.
or even if they weren't, just you felt like they were just because they were imposing and intimidating.
Yeah.
They're her father, of course it's going to be intimidating.
Yeah.
Just growling.
Yeah. Yeah. He doesn't say a word. He just growls.
Mm-hmm.
But
What, is it the first time or the second time he comes in as like bath stuff?
I think it's the second
I think
time.
it's the second. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the first time it's his underwear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her, she like pats him. Go on, Big Daddy. Which,
That's a good daddy.
yeah, out of context,
Very.
very amusing.
Yes.
Movie for kids.
Right.
Yeah.
In context, it's still funny because this dude is huge.
Yeah, he's massive compared to her and compared to Goofy, of course. Gosh.
Yeah.
He's like a train or a tank.
Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just as wide as he is
He's
tall.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, fills the entire door frame and
Right.
then some.
It's like I don't even know how he gets through the door frame, but anyway.
Well, that's for the cartoon to decide.
Yeah. It's an animated world. Anything can happen.
That's right.
And I also have to give since you brought up the Bigfoot scene, for me, that's by far my favorite sequence. Because of all the silly stuff that the Bigfoot's doing in the background.
Yes.
Like, even if you like that scene connected on a humor level, that is my type of humor, background humor. That's why I love the airplane movies and all those 80s movies where it's like you look at the background. What's going on in the foreground is very straight, very emotional, very sincere. In the background
It's just chaos.
is chaos with this Bigfoot character.
Yeah, what was he dancing to? Staying Alive?
Yeah.
Staying alive. Or somehow,
Like disco Staying Alive?
Yeah,
And he would
somehow
come
he gets the
into
headphones.
yeah, he'd like you'd see them in the car, they're like talking, and then like in the background you'd see him kind of come in, and the music would come up as he comes in, and then the music would fade out as he goes. Oh, that's just beautiful.
And at one point, didn't he have underwear on his head?
Yes,
Yeah.
and he pulls out the hole in the front to look with the one eye. Yeah.
And then he goes back to digging.
Yeah, that whole sequence just. I vaguely remember when I was a kid, the first time I saw it, I was just like, funny, Bigfoot. But as an adult, like, I thought it was even funnier.
You're right. Right, because, again, Pete's there with his RV. Pete's grilling. So when Goofy's doing his perfect cast, he somehow snags
A big old
Pete's
steak.
Yeah, and that's what gets Bigfoot to end up on the other end of that line.
Which kind of makes me wish, and I know why they didn't do it, and from, their perspective, but also a filmmaking perspective, I would have been just fine if we just had like little vignettes like that, just of them camping the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been my type of movie.
Yeah, some deleted scenes or something like that.
Just a whole bunch of them doing these weird problems of screwing up, trying to camp the whole time, and just cobble a whole bunch of them together. Again, I know why they didn't do it, but that would have been nice.
Yeah, because it's really the only time you see them camping.
Yeah. Yeah.
The other time, staying in a hotel with water beds that you can see fish swimming in.
And I think in that hotel there is another
aerial reference. Yep.
There might even be a what is it, flounder?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, keep an eye out in that scene.
I think there's also Lion King references. Whenever he's taking the photos near the beginning, like you can see him in the background.
Yeah,
The stuffed animals.
Oh yeah. I thought that same
Yeah.
thing. I looked at it a little more. You could go either way. You really could.
Yeah.
Especially knowing that Lion King came out just before.
Right.
So.
And I think, speaking of Lion King, I'm pretty sure this movie was supposed to come out earlier than it did.
It did.
But then they couldn't put it out when they wanted to, so they re-released Lion King to fill the spot.
And
Right, in like
the
that November of that year.
Yeah, the reasoning behind that is actually pretty funny, but they also were pretty thankful for it. They were filming some of the animation with a screen in the background, and as they were rewatching it on the big screen, there's this dot in the far left corner, and they realized they had a dead pixel throughout the entire movie. So they had to go back and reshoot the whole thing. They're like, hey, we're not going to make this target.
Right.
So like, okay, we'll give you some extra time. They celebrate because they have the extra time, but then they also lose their champion while having the extra time. So it's like a win-win-lose.
Yeah. And we're going to get into that a little bit more here in just a little bit after we come back from these commercial messages.
Nobody ever wants to be in that situation. On top of dealing with the pain, the hurt, the stress and anxiety of what happens next, most of us have no clue where to begin or how to make sure we aren't left with a financial burden that could add even more trouble to our life, especially when it wasn't our fault. Bet on Jett. 888-399-5388. Matt Jett, a proud NHS grad, has a team dedicated to you. Bet on Jett. Settling cases big and small. They specialize in accident and injury cases, and you never pay unless you get paid. Bet on Jett. 888-399-5388. And for more info and specific questions, find them on socials at Jett Accident and Injury Lawyers. Are you ready for some candid photos? Are you ready for some joyful photos? Are you ready for some vibrant photos? Well, Terri Ann Photography is what you want then. Custom photography specializing in maternity, newborns, families, and high school seniors. You can't be you without being you. Fun, entertaining photo sessions on location with Terri Ann Photography. Call now and book your session today. 314-608-2137. Or you can email at terriannphotography.com. Also, don't forget to check out some of her awesome work on Facebook, Terri Ann Photography. We've all been there, trying to imitate those sounds our vehicle is making so we can get it fixed. But have you been to Kempin Automotive? With almost 40 years of experience, Kempin Automotive is a complete car and light truck repair shop. And whether it's a click, 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 or a bzz, 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 the talented techs are going to make sure to diagnose the problem, get it repaired quickly, and give you peace of mind so you can drive safely again. Open Monday through Friday, 7 to 5, located in House Springs, and just a phone call away at 636-671-0100. It's Kempin Automotive, the mechanic people trust.
All right, we're back. Now we're going to get into our fun facts and trivia segment, which we each have a few things in here that some of the things stood out to me, and I'm sure some of the things also stood out to you guys while looking over some information on this movie that really gets you thinking. And again, that Not a Goof is a great watch if you want to get even more information about Goofy movie and the chaotic creation process that it ended up having to go through, which I had no idea.
As well of a movie as it is put together,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't seem like they had all the issues.
Right.
But to your point, like, you watch it and you're like, oh my God, how did this get made?
Right.
How is it as good as it is?
Yeah, I don't quite understand. So I'll start off with, there is on YouTube something that I found that I thought was kind of interesting, something called Powerline Live. But when I think of the word Powerline, I think of like lines of dialogue. So I think of something, power. I mean, what has the power? It's something that you would hear Prince Adam say, turn it into He-Man or something.
I have the power.
Right. I have the power. Power line. You're living in the line of power. I don't know. So I thought it was an interesting name for the rock star, which I wouldn't really call Powerline a rock star.
To me, he was like a mixture between, and I know they gave some references, but for me, it was like Michael Jackson meets Elvis, because
Right.
he's always has the iconic suit thing that he's wearing, but then he sort of, like, he has this dance, and he very much sounds like a early Michael Jackson, kind of, right?
And Bobby Brown,
Bobby Brown, exactly, yeah.
Prince.
Yeah. It's like a Bobby Brown, Prince, Michael Jackson mashup. And I like the fact that the outfit that Powerline wears is kind of an homage to Devo wearing like hazmat costumes and stuff like that back in the 70s. I thought that was kind of funny.
But yeah, I pulled this up last night, and it's kind of cool, because
I know.
it's like you're watching the movie, but it's everything that's happening like live, so you can look in any direction.
Right. It's full
And-
360.
Yeah, full 360, and I think there's even an option if you have one of those devices to turn your phone into the little VR thing.
Oh, yeah.
You can click that and do that. I just kind of panned around with my phone because
that's-
I'm lazy.
Yeah, that's
and
what I
didn't want to
did.
dig
You know,
through
you're
for that.
scrolling around and you see characters in the audience. You see Max and the guard or whatever.
Running around.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, that was pretty good how they did all that.
Yeah, it's worth at least to check it out.
Yeah, definitely. Check that out on YouTube. Powerline Live 360 concert experience.
Check it out, Wendy.
And whenever I seen it, it's only been out for about 3 weeks, so it must have came out, about the time right after the anniversary of Goofy Movie, and it's got over 3.5 million views, so people are definitely checking it out.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, I wouldn't have expected it to have that many views in that short amount of time.
Just goes to show.
It's popular.
Yep.
Yeah. So Jason Marsden's friend Aaron Lohr did the singing voice for Max. So that's not Jason singing as Max. He just voiced Max. He didn't sing as Max.
Which, if you would have told me that, I'd have been like, no
Had
way.
no idea.
I know.
clue.
You had no idea, but yeah, that's kind of an interesting thing.
I'm looking up Jason Marsden. I mean, the dude, he's a good singer on his own right.
Right.
So I don't know why they didn't use him.
Well, I mean, it's almost like Jeffrey Katzenberg almost wanting Steve Martin
Oh, yeah.
to voice Goofy, which,
I'm so glad they did that experiment to show that
yeah,
was just a non-starter.
like this is just dumb.
Sometimes you just got to let someone find out the hard way.
Right.
And they kind of did. They went back, they re-recorded Goofy's voice doing what they wanted.
Right. Let Bill Farmer just talk in his normal voice.
And then brought it back and played the scene again. And he's like, yeah, don't do that.
Yeah. Don't do that.
When you have something iconic, why change it?
That's what Bill was saying.
And I will say, like, honestly, in the movie, it's not an over-the-top Goofy that you'd heard, like, in the 40s and 50s.
Right.
Oh, gosh on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Which I hate to say I do kind of enjoy.
Yeah, I do
But
too.
this was it's very straight for most of it. Mm-hmm. Which,
But it's still the character.
but it's very much
Yeah.
It's
his
still
character.
Goofy.
Yeah.
Yeah. They did right. It was
Oh,
a
100%.
good call not to bring Steve Martin in for that. No disrespect to Steve Martin. But
Great actor,
no.
great comedic actor, does a lot of good stuff. This is not a good casting for him.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, you don't want him going, you're messing with the wrong guy. Like in Planes, Trains, Automobiles.
When speaking of recording voices, another line that we have on here, skipping ahead a little bit, the cast recorded together in multiple occasions, which for VO is
Very rare.
kind of rare because
Very
you want
rare.
like the super crisp, clean, tracks. You don't want any interference.
Right.
But like the first time that Max and Roxanne meet up and they get the little kiss on the cheek or
Yep.
whatever, they actually did that live in the studio.
Right. They're actually like doing the kisses in the studio. It's like,
And it's funny because right before they record that, they're like, we're all adults here. Can you come over and do this? Oh, sure. And they sort of did it backwards, and they realized they did it backwards, and Max got all, or the Jason got all flustered and is, oh God, oh, what's happening? And he's like, are you sure we're adults here? I'm not an adult.
oh, yeah. That was
But
funny.
the anxiety in that moment really played into Max's anxiety in the movie, so it just kind of worked out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the only other thing I can think of where an animated thing the whole cast would pretty much always record was Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah.
They always recorded.
Really?
They always record. They had like a line. They would always stand in a line, be in the same room.
That's insane.
And one were insisted on standing the whole time instead of sitting.
Me.
Mark Hamill doing the Joker.
wanted to always stand.
Because he wanted to be animated.
That makes sense.
Between being animated, but also depending how you're controlling that voice, right? Mm-hmm. If you're used to standing while you're doing that voice, you gotta stand.
Yeah, you can't just sit down and magically replicate that voice most of the time. I mean, I'm sure there's voice actors that can do that.
Hey, let him cook.
Right.
As the
let him
kids
cook.
say.
Exactly. Let him cook.
But yeah, I mean, totally right. It is very rare to record at the same time. Sometimes it's weeks apart, months apart. Hopefully it matches.
Right. I mean, and Bill Farmer said that he recorded lines for this film for almost like 2.5 years, off and on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this film was in the works for a long time. Mm-hmm. It's not like, I mean,
but it was always during, and they always had to fit things in when they had time to talk to the boss or when they had time to talk to the overseas animation
they
department.
were on the B schedule. They weren't on the A line, the A tier. They were the B tier. Mm-hmm. So they took the back seat literally to everything else. So if they had to come in and do a thing at 7 or 8 in the morning, hey, you got to get that sound engineer rolling at 6 in the morning, getting things set up so they could do whatever.
Yep.
And just to be able to fit that in for Katzenberg to take a look at. And I really found it odd that they ended up pushing things over to like Disney Animation over in France,
Australia, and I think Canada were the three that they'd mentioned in the documentary.
Yeah.
And yeah, it seemed like France was like the main one, but what ended up happening? It was like the animation department got bought out from the actual Disney company, and then they moved floors, and it was just this whole it was again, how did this movie get made?
Right. It was like they moved it from B tier down to C tier.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so now you don't even have the same working environment that you had. We're going to move you. So now you got to kind of start all over in a new environment. And I mean,
which for a creative process is like death.
Yeah.
Like,
that's terrible to do to a team.
Oh my God.
But they pulled it off. Somehow.
It's like a common thing with a lot of movies. If you don't have tumultuous situations and wondering, how did this get made? Did you really make a movie?
Right.
It just seems more often than not with animated movies, it's a little more.
Yeah.
A few more variables to worry about.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny that this is a Disney Toon Studios film, not a Walt Disney Animation Studios film, which...
Just in case.
Right. Right. It just shows we think you might have something here, but we're not fully bought in. So, again, you're B tier. You're not on the A tier. You're not going to be released Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Lion King. You're not up there. So you're here. Be glad we're still letting you do this. But this is social impact that apparently this had on people is just amazing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, again, we were kind of talking about it a little before the show, and it was something I was unaware of just in the family that I grew up in and whatnot. I didn't realize how big this movie was for the Black community. Mm-hmm. And one of the first creators they show in that documentary, I think his title has something to do with that, of how this was a big impact and how it was kind of a first for Disney to do anything close to something for the Black community. Mm-hmm. So that being said, I also worked with somebody that, Kevin, you and I recently worked with, and an old job.
Yeah, old job.
And, we would reminisce about things that we grew up with, because it seemed like we grew up with quite a few things. Another Kevin, not this Kevin, right. Another Kevin and I. And occasionally we'd get talking about Goofy Movie, and he was like, oh, yeah, I felt like that was the first like black movie for Disney, and they really did a good job. And that's when I realized, oh, the way they created Mac's character, he could be viewed by anyone in a certain light, right? For that angsty child growing up, and to have a character so well written that you can imprint on him and kind of feel what he's feeling and understand those things. I thought that spoke a lot.
Yeah, it's like almost anyone from every ethnic background can feel the same dynamic of father, son, mother, daughter situation.
And that's always something Disney's trying to capture. But it's like, it wasn't accidental. It was something that was, painstakingly put together and almost didn't happen. So it was kind of an eye-opening thing that I learned recently about it.
Yeah, and it all kind of came about as Kevin Lima using the film to work through feelings with his own father, who left him when he was like 11-ish and did not see him again until about 25 years later.
Yeah, and what was that after he did Tarzan that he saw him?
Something like that, yeah. Yeah, because Lima ended up doing Tarzan for Disney. As one of his goals was to, as a child, I think, what is he, 5 when he's seen Jungle Book, and that's when he felt that he wanted to make a movie for Disney. Yeah,
he's like, I want to be a director. I want to make this movie.
Yeah.
And I mean, we always have these aspirations, right? And things that we want to do. I would say rarely do we ever achieve them from when we're a kid, taste change or whatever. But for those individuals that like absolutely want to know what they want to do their whole life growing up, to get a chance to even try, I know that would speak a lot to me. I mean, recently it has in some ways, right? The own personal life and job, like having a chance and an opportunity to do this thing.
Right.
And then you are okay at it, or better than okay.
Yeah, you surprise even yourself.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, definitely. And as mentioned, John Katzenberg, did he leave on his own, or was he kind of forced out?
Well,
before
he
this
had
film
a
was completed?
fight with Michael
Eisner.
And after that fight,
I'm sure it was just one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm sure there
this was
more.
The straw that broke the camel's back fight. And after that, it seemed like he was let go. And, in a lot of ways, he was a pain in the ass for some of the animation departments, but he kind of did help bring about that renaissance for Disney.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know.
Yeah,
he was always striving for something more, something extra. And he seemed like he pulled... It's like what a good coach would do. They pull that little bit extra out of you that you didn't know you had. I feel like that's what he was trying to do. Mm-hmm. And occasionally maybe he wouldn't know the answer to how to get there, but he'd give some kind of an answer, just as an example. And you're like, well, that's not how that works. But then they'd go back and rework it and workshop it and then come out with exactly what he was looking for. So
right. The thing is to have that open mind, kind of like the whole Steve Martin, Bill Farmer voice for Goofy. It's
right.
Like, okay, yeah, that don't work.
Well, and imagine, because I think they also say this, if they would have went ahead with this.
Oh, boy.
I don't think the movie lands as well.
No. No, it just falls flat on its face. It would have had such backlash. Like, what is this?
This isn't Goofy.
No. That'd be like giving Mickey Mouse a deeper voice or having Donald Duck talk normal.
Right.
I mean, no, you couldn't do that. And no.
I think a lot was learned with the Disney IP after that.
Yeah.
Like, hey, if we're going to do a voice, it has to be by this other person.
Right. It has to be the right voice, the right characterization in order for this to work.
And then he moved on to co-found DreamWorks.
Yep.
Aha.
And Shrek was like one of the first big, which... There you go.
Definitely had a few things that turned out for him over there.
Yeah.
He landed on his feet, didn't he?
Yeah, he didn't just disappear into nothingness.
No.
Rarely does talent like that do.
Yeah. So this is also kind of, I wouldn't say it's a spin-off or a continuation of Goof Troop, which that's also a cartoon series that I've also never seen. Not sure how familiar you are.
I completely forgot about Goof Troop until, again, it was mentioned in that documentary. And I was like, oh my God, of course, duh. Like, they're just plucking some of the characters out of here and creating a story around it. And, you know, going back, it's like, well, where are some of those characters?
You're right.
It makes you ask questions.
Yeah.
Like, what happened to Pete's wife?
That was one of the top questions, yes.
I mean, there was still no mention of Goofy's wife, Max's mom. That's just never addressed at any point, whether in the series or in this movie.
Yeah. Huh.
I don't know. But yeah, Pete makes it. Pete Jr. makes it. Goofy makes it, obviously. But I'm sure there's a few others that make it from there as well. But I don't know. I still just don't understand how Pete can afford that RV. But we're not meant to understand that.
No.
We don't need to know that.
Nope. That's not the point.
Right.
But it is essential for his character.
It's very essential for his character. Like I said, he has a total different outlook on life and parenting than Goofy does.
He kind of reminds me of, there's a buddy I grew up with, and, you know, really good friend of mine. His dad was like that. Real hard ass. Always keeping him under the thumb, Goof.
Yep.
And,
yeah, be tough on him. Tough love.
Same guy that I always get roped into cleaning the chicken shed or scooping the pig poop or whatever it was that day.
Oh, rural Illinois.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But hey, there was food afterwards.
There was food afterwards. And Brad never turned out a meal.
Nope. It shows, doesn't it?
Even as young, yep. Even when young. Nope, never going to turn it down. Gosh. So some of the miscellaneous pop culture stuff. I mean, obviously, you're over there wearing a t-shirt.
I am, and it's really fresh from Disney World. So.
Yeah. So it's not that old. So we recently went to Disneyland about a month or so ago, and a lot of Goofy movie.
Oh, wait, or was it
apparel.
Disneyland? I got one at World, and then I think that actually this one might be from Land.
Okay. We went to Disneyland.
Yeah. Well, I've been to 2 parks this year and going to 3, so I don't know.
Well, listen to this guy.
Yeah, I know.
Here. Man.
Triple Disney, baby.
Yeah, triple Disney. And you also have the Roxanne and Max as Powerline Funko Pops sitting in front of you.
Yep. Tried looking for a Magic Band earlier this year.
Yeah.
Couldn't quite find it. I'm sure I could have just hopped online and bought the thing.
Yeah.
It's more fun when you find it in the park.
Right. Totally understand. I mean, that's why I bought my Inside Out anniversary Magic Band. Because Inside Out is one of my favorite Disney movies. Disney Pixar movies, we'll say.
It's under the umbrella now.
Yeah, that's true. It's all under the umbrella. Apparently, Burger King released 5 toys to promote the movie in the U.S.
I found the commercial for that.
Oh, yeah.
It's something.
It's a thing.
It's a thing that exists.
Would you say it's low budget?
I mean, maybe for its time it was fine. It's noticeably slower than even commercials of its own time, which I thought was interesting. But it exists.
Yeah. And I was looking through some things online last night, and apparently there's an Etsy shop, and they were selling McDonald's Goofy movie characters. There was like a Bigfoot, and there was like 3 others that I don't remember, but I guess this was something that was from other European areas, because these are being sold by someone in the Netherlands. So
outside of the U.S.
Outside of the U.S., yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. As we mentioned, Not Just a Goof, the documentary on Disney Plus. We also saw when we were at Disneyland and California Adventure, the Powerline popcorn bucket.
Yeah, and specifically Max as Powerline popcorn bucket.
Yeah.
So similar to kind of my Funko Pop here.
Yeah.
But just much bigger.
It's just much bigger because you got to be able to put some popcorn in there.
Yeah. And of course looks a little more like Max and less like a Funko Pop. But
yes. Still kind of surprised you didn't get one, but anyway.
You know, fitting that in the old carry-on is a little
bit of
challenging.
A challenge. Not much flexibility to it, huh?
No, would have
packing.
had to stuff a lot of socks and underwear in there, and I would have had some questions at the airport, which I did already when I got there. But
yeah,
you know,
that's beside the point.
Yeah,
you're gonna pack differently for Japan.
No, apparently not buy tiki mugs that look like
piranhas.
Fish and piranhas. She's like, did you win an award or did you buy a tiki mug? Yep, went to Disney, bought a tiki mug. Oh, okay. How do you get this backpack open? You fold it, put it on its front, zip the sides, the whole thing comes open like a book. Wow, you can come back to my airport anytime. Oh, okay.
I don't know how I should take that.
I need an adult.
Yeah. Well, I plan to come back to these airports because this is where all the Disney stuff's at.
Right.
No, those are just some of the things that I've seen. I don't know if there's anything else that you can recall growing up or...
I mean, growing up, there was next to nothing for merch, right? Like, again, it was kind of just pushed out because they felt obligated. And it happened, it came and went. You either had the DVD, you either had the VHS or you didn't. It would be on Disney Channel a lot. Mm-hmm. And that was kind of it for a couple decades. And as it started to age a little bit and people got older and yearned for the nostalgia, some more stuff started coming out. I think there were some really early actual Powerline Funko Pops.
Yeah.
For Disney or Goofy movie. And I mean, as of recent, there was a new vinyl that came out that we had mentioned that I thought about, but
yeah, a little soundtrack.
Yeah, I'm picky with what I'm not the typical vinyl
but
person.
But the album art, Brad, the album art. Yeah. Just think how good it would look on a shelf.
It sure would.
Or on the wall.
You're right. Yes,
I know.
You can put that in a frame.
And if only someone around here had some frames.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
See?
Oh, no.
Hint, hint. You can do it.
Magic bands.
Yeah.
You know, that, I mean, it feels like now it has a lot of attention. So,
yeah.
And I do like that. I think it's easy and still translatable to this younger generation, even without the phones and stuff. Like they can still relate to a lot of the big beats, feeling the angst of Max, feeling the kind of clash from Max to Dad. Like
the story holds up.
It's pretty timeless.
Very well. Yeah.
In fact, because it's not made today, I feel like it's more timeless.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, the story definitely holds up.
There's one thing that I found really fascinating on rewatching. It's called a Goofy movie, but it's really a Max movie.
It's very much from his point of view.
Max is the main character.
Yes.
Yeah. And at one point, it was Goofy, and they flipped that script and made it from Max's point of view, and there you go.
Right.
But still kept the name.
Yeah.
Which is kind of genius, because if you want to suck those kids in, you got it right there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And then it's just like a little something extra for the parents. Mm-hmm. We always talk about Pixar doing that sort of thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Pixar definitely has those things that, especially, we mentioned Inside Out. That movie is more for parents than it is for the kids, because the kids aren't understanding
or
the different emotions.
Emotions
they're not processing their
correctly.
emotions. And my gosh,
I say correctly, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, 1 and 2.
I don't know that anyone of us do it correctly.
Yeah. What's that like? Let me know.
Yeah. And then I guess, now, would you call an extremely goofy movie a sequel or?
I haven't seen it.
Okay.
I know. I wonder if it's more technically a sequel to Goof Troop than a Goofy movie,
Okay.
but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know what the time frame is. I don't know if it's like, oh,
It's college.
okay. I was gonna say, did he go off to college?
Yeah.
Like, okay, so
Yeah, that much I know he goes off to college.
I also know it was one of those which around
Straight
this
to
time
movie.
straight to video.
Straight to video.
Very common for sequels of
Return
Yeah.
of
that
Jafar.
time.
Lion King 2, Simba's Pride. Or whatever
like
it's
almost
called.
all of the Land Before Time after the first one.
Yeah.
Or 102 Dalmatians.
Yeah.
But no, like we said, this movie still holds up today, and it's a movie I can see myself throwing on periodically now and just checking out. And
I mean, to that point, I watched it for New Year's.
Yeah.
I don't remember if I said that earlier. I know.
not during the recording.
Yeah, again, talk before the show. Forget if we said something.
I know, we're getting old.
Yeah, I know.
Memories.
Not what they used to be. But no, for New Year's, I threw this movie on because it was like an hour and a half, maybe a little more, a little less. And I'm like, well, this movie's short. It'll be over. Have my little drink, and then I'll just go to bed.
Let's go to bed.
But yeah, I watched it for New Year's, so I regularly will visit it at least once for the year.
Because again, hour and 18 minutes approximately. I mean, it's a quick watch.
Mm-hmm.
And it moves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a very
now it's
fast
short,
pace.
but it's fast paced.
It goes scene to scene to scene to scene.
It does not linger.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much time between Open Road song and the next thing you know, they're pulling into Lester's Possum Park.
And of course, because it's a road movie where you go through the desert, you got to have a waterfall somewhere.
Oh, yeah. And a perfect cast.
And the perfect cast.
Yeah.
Saves the day.
Yeah. It was a good thing Max was paying attention. Because it worked out. Oh, and everything worked out in the end, Max ended up on TV. Roxanne got to see him. So, yes, he lied.
But it still stayed true to the promise.
Right. Still stayed true
Even
to
though
the
it was
promise.
a lie.
Right. And it all worked out.
Yeah, the one thing I found fascinating rewatching this, my memory, I am not going to say it's a Mandela thing, but my memory is he was interested in her. She was, whatever. She was interested in him from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
He just had no clue.
But was it you projecting as a kid, perhaps?
I don't know, maybe. It's possible.
I swear.
Because my memory was that she was, but I've also seen so many other things where that is the case.
Right. And I swear it, growing up with it, it feels a little more like that. Because things aren't as obvious. But then rewatching it again, different lens, different perspective. She's into him.
You've had conversations with a few ladies along the way.
Right.
You've had some experience with discussions and conversations and friendships. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. The first time you see her in the movies, oh, yeah, she likes him.
You're right. Yeah, definitely. And then Bobby and Stacy even kind of...
Yeah, they have a nice
Have a
little moment with the
cheese can.
cheese can. Of all things.
All they're doing is picking it up. That's it. That's all that happens.
It's all about the cheese
Nothing
can.
more than that.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. But no, definitely recommend. If you have never seen a Goofy movie, just Disney Plus, watch it. Check out Not a Goof. Check that out too as well.
Or if you're like me and probably haven't seen it since you were a kid,
Revisit.
rewatch it as an adult. Mm-hmm. You'll see it through a whole new lens.
Yep.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those movies that's very rewatchable if you haven't seen it in 10, 15, 20, 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
It holds up. Share it with your kids.
Especially that music.
Yeah, especially that music. All right, so definitely want to thank Stark Roofing and M&J Creations again for being title and studio sponsors, as well as Mike Jones of the Lion's Den Podcast Network. Reminder also, we're going to have a link in the show notes. We have merch, we have t-shirts, pretty nice, simple. I feel that they look nice for people to wear.
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
They're pretty
I
good.
quite enjoy mine.
Yeah.
I would have wore it today, but had to wear the goofy.
You're right, you got to wear the Goofy Movie t-shirt.
Yeah.
If you
got to
got
wear the band to the band thing.
Right, exactly. Even though that's apparently frowned upon.
That's okay.
Yeah. And again, we would love to hear your feedback on this episode and any other episode that you may have. You can email us at contact@backtothepastpod.com and follow us on the socials, wherever you prefer to be. Blue Sky, Instagram, Threads, X, Facebook. We're there.
Twitter.
Right. Because we're always looking to kind of update the format, make the episodes a little bit more accessible, and kind of not go way into the weeds as much. So we're changing some things up, and we're looking for feedback.
Bear with us as we make the change ourselves.
Yes.
Growing Pains,
Yeah.
dare I say.
Okay, great show.
Why, that's another one I haven't seen since I was a kid.
Yeah, it was a great show, Alan Thicke.
Great theme song.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Great, great, great. All right, well, I think that does it for this episode of the Back to the Past podcast, and we will see you next time when we get back from the past.
See ya.
Just a matter of time before I move to the front of the line. Once you're watching every move that I make, you gotta believe that I got what it takes to stand out above the crowd. Even if I got a shot out loud, somebody's the only face that you see. Gonna stand out so you notice me.
The Lion's Den Podcast Network, powered by Stark Roofing. With over 45 years of experience in the roofing and exteriors industry, Stark Roofing is a local, family-owned and operated company that provides excellent customer service and workmanship. Let's Start Roofing. Bring your home back to life. You can give them a call at 636-671-0045 and tell them Spanky sent you. Stark Roofing, proud title sponsor of the Lion's Den Podcast Network and this amazing podcast presentation.
Delta Airlines just turned 100 and is already shaping the next century of flight with the Delta Sustainable Skies Lab. Here, they're building the future of flight. Think electric air taxis and next-gen aircraft aiming to cut fuel burn significantly. And this isn't just future talk. Today, their fleet of Boeing 737s have marine-like finlets designed to reshape airflow that reduces drag. The future of travel is more sustainable, and Delta's leading the way. Learn more at delta.com/sustainability.